Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. So we have a lot to discuss. I know I have not posted a video in probably it might have been a year. I don't know. But I'm back, and so what I want to do is I want to start my pregnancy vlogs. I am pregnant. You can see I don't look that pregnant from the front, but from the side, baby. From the side. Baby's here, okay? The baby is here. So I want to start my pregnancy vlog, and I'm gonna move this chair up a little bit. I kind of want to get into a little bit of background about myself, not too in depth, but a little bit of background about myself, why I want this pregnancy to be vlogged, and why I'm sharing this information with all of you all. Also, just a little bit of background on why I didn't share my last pregnancy with my daughter. So I'll back up a little bit. I don't want this to be too long, so I kind of speed it up a little bit. But so this is my sixth pregnancy, actually. So this is my sixth time being pregnant. I have a history of, I have rough pregnancies. I have a history of having more miscarriages than live births, um, which is not fun, but it happens, and I feel like it's not talked about enough, but it definitely happens, and it certainly happened to me a number of times. So let me see here. This is my sixth pregnancy with my daughter. I actually had my daughter, my first and only child, back in July of 2019. That was my third time being pregnant because I had a miscarriage after her. So that was my third time being pregnant. I was able to deliver her, had her. I actually had her by emergency C-section. And I had preeclampsia majority of that entire pregnancy. So it wasn't fun. I wasn't doing any vlogging. I was barely taking pictures. I was always in the house a lot because I just had to keep my stress level down, kind of keep everything down. I wasn't really out much at all. I was just trying to take care of my body and my baby and just make sure my baby made it to full term. And I still ended up having her preterm by emergency C-section. So that's what that was. But she's here, and she was premature, obviously, but she's doing great. So I had a couple DNCs. What those are, I guess, forced miscarriage operations where babies were not developing as they should have, or were not developing at all, and the doctor had to remove the scar tissue because it could become really dangerous for my body to think that it's pregnant when there's no baby actually there. So I had to have a couple of those operations. And so here we are, 2021. I am pregnant, my sixth pregnancy, but this will be my second child, my second live birth. I had my fourth miscarriage last November. So that was November 2020. I had my fourth miscarriage. So when I had that fourth miscarriage last November, I told myself if I get pregnant again, well, one, this is going to be my last planned baby. I don't plan on having any more kids after this. And two, I was going to make sure that I take as many pictures as possible. I record, I do some type of vlogs myself just so I can have the journey saved. Because like I said, this plans on being my last pregnancy, my last baby. So yeah, so here we are. And now I'm gonna start my pregnancy vlogs. So so today is Monday, September 13th. I have pregnancy brain really bad. It hit me this early. It's really bad, y'all. I can be like walk out of my living room to go in the kitchen to grab something, and when I get in the kitchen that's like 10 steps away, I literally forgot what I just came in there for. Like it's bad. It's that bad. So yeah, today is Monday, September 13th, 2021. I turned 16 weeks. My weeks flip over every Friday. So I turned 16 weeks this past Friday, September 10th. So here we are. Um, Part of the reason, a big reason why I took so long to start recording or anything with, even I really didn't even announce my pregnancy to a lot of people until I was like 14 weeks, is because of my history with miscarriages. um it's hard to go through them, let alone go through them and then have told people that you're pregnant, and then have to explain to people when people ask how you and your pregnancy are doing, and you have to explain to people that you're not pregnant anymore. That gets really difficult. It's really tough. So yeah, I when you're somebody like me that has more miscarriages than births, you start to learn, like at some point, like you got to start mentally preparing yourself for the worst, and at the same time, like you just don't really divulge a lot of information to people because you want to be sure before you start spreading the word. So great news, but you just want to be sure before you start spreading it. So that's why it's taking me so long to start this recording, but I knew I was going to do it. I just had to wait. And then I wanted to start when I was like 12 weeks, because that's when the chances of a miscarriage goes down to like 5%. It's very low. But when I had my 12-week appointment, my doctor had to cut it short because she was called to go deliver to somebody else. At the hospital, they had like just went into labor and they were ready to deliver. So she had to cut my appointment short. So with that being said, I went to the doctor at 12 weeks, but I didn't even get to hear the heartbeat. So like it's like, yeah, I'm still feeling pregnant. I still have these pregnancy symptoms, but with my history and me trying to mentally prepare myself for the worst, just because with my history, a lot of times the worst situations have come about. Um, I'm excited. I was excited, super excited. It was like, okay, I'm not gonna start like a pregnancy vlog without hearing my baby's heartbeat at the doctor and getting that okay, that like everything is great and fine and cool. So that's why it's taking me so long to start. I haven't had an appointment since then, and I had my appointment. My 16-week appointment was today, and I actually did get to hear the heartbeat, and it was great and it was strong. And so now, as I promised myself, and now to you all, I am starting my pregnancy vlog. So starting mine a little late, but for a very good reason. And I am 16 weeks. Um, I do. I just had to give you a little bit of background about myself and why I'm starting so late, and just the history, because I just feel like sometimes like miscarriages and things, like it's some people, I mean, sometimes it's embarrassing because it's like you're a woman and you should be able to carry a child, and it's just like, yeah, for some reason my body is not doing what you believe it should be able to do. So it's discouraging and it's a little embarrassing. So like when I was going through those things, I like was looking online and I wanted like these support groups, and looking for support groups or support chats or videos or somebody that's going through something like what I'm going through, so I don't feel like I'm going through it alone and I'm just weird. And I didn't have that. I didn't find that. And then with my baby, when I was pregnant with my daughter, who's now 2, I got diagnosed with preeclampsia pretty early in that pregnancy, so I was labeled high risk since then. I think it was like at 12 weeks, I got diagnosed with preeclampsia. For those of you that don't know what that is, basically what it is hypertension. It's high blood pressure, extremely high blood pressure, that can't even all the way be controlled by medicine during pregnancy. It's very, very dangerous for the mother and the child. So, yeah, when I was diagnosed with that, I'm like looking online, looking for support groups, looking for support chats, looking for videos. Somebody, please tell me you're going through what I'm going through, so I don't just feel like I'm just sitting here alone. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to feel. Like somebody has to be going through this. And like I didn't really find much. Like I found like some Google things that were from like 2018, like a long time ago, and things like that. I didn't find much support. Um, where I was looking online at all. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends that were going through it. Don't have many friends that are like having babies too often at all. Like, no, not really. My friends are focused on other things, and I'm trying to sit here and build my family before I turn 30. So this pregnancy is actually following right along, kind of not right along, because I've had some hiccups and miscarriages and things like that. But I told myself I wanted a girl and a boy, and I wanted to be done having kids by the time I turned 30. Because when you have a high risk pregnancy at 26, it's like, okay, I'm not even that old and it's high risk. I can only imagine what I would be going through or putting my body through if I'm like in my 30s having a kid. I can't even imagine. I don't want to imagine. So I'm 28. I will be 29 in January of 2022. And this baby is born in February. So I will be giving birth maybe a month after I turn 29, which is like right on track for my clock I put myself on. So that's falling right into line. I know I'm all over the place, but like this pregnancy brain is like everywhere for real. Like it's worse in my head. Trust me, it's way worse. So yeah, this is why I'm starting my pregnancy vlog late, but better never, better late than never. And I'm gonna be like I want to share symptoms. I want to share how this pregnancy is because my doctor is still kind of labeling me high risk. Right now, I don't have, I haven't been diagnosed with preeclampsia so far. I do take blood pressure medicine to keep my blood pressure under control. I've actually been taking it since my last pregnancy because for some reason after that pregnancy, my blood pressure has just never gone back to normal by itself. So I've been on high blood pressure medicine for the last going on 3 years now. So I take my blood pressure medicine twice a day diligently. I'm on a baby aspirin regimen also once a day to also try to combat preeclampsia from happening again because once you have it in a pregnancy, it becomes more of a risk in future pregnancies that you're more at risk for having it again. So I'm trying to combat that. So far I don't have any preeclampsia issues, but I am taking blood pressure medicine twice a day and an aspirin regimen once a day. So I'm taking 3 pills every single day to try to combat high blood pressure. But I want to go over symptoms, things that like people. So I've been around pregnant people. I've had cousins that have been pregnant. I've had friends that have been pregnant. I've been around pregnant people, and like they always seem like they're good, they're fine. Like never talk about any like weird symptoms. Like here I am, like this is my second like full on pregnancy. Baby's healthy and everything, and it's like y'all, like my skin is starting to turn colors. I have acne. Like this is just going on to me. My last child, I literally my foot grew an entire inch. I wear a whole size, not a half of a size, a whole size more than the shoe I used to wear before I was pregnant with my daughter in 2019. Like it's some stuff that goes on. My nose is always stuffy. It that like affects like I think they said like 70% of pregnancies, called pregnancy rhinitis. My nose is always stuffy. Like I got allergies 24/7. Like some weird stuff goes on, and I feel like nobody talks about it. And I'm just sitting here with all these symptoms. Like what is going on? Like my skin discoloration, acne. I haven't had a problem with acne since I was like 15. And like it went away by the time I turned 16. Like I didn't really have bad acne in high school. what is going on? So I want to just talk about all that. Definitely gonna give you guys updates on my blood pressure as that goes on, just because the further along I get, the higher risk I get, obviously, just based on my history. So that's just a pill I just had to swallow and accept. That's what it is. My blood pressure today at the doctor was 124 over 80, so it was good. Um, I have my own blood pressure cuff. I check my blood pressure every day. So, and that's something I had to get used to too. I check it in the morning and then check it once at night when I take my medicine. I take my medicine once in the morning, once at night, and I have to check my blood pressure every day. Something I had to get used to also. But you'd rather be safe than sorry, rather be healthier than not. So it is what it is. You guys can probably hear the stuffiness in my nose. Get used to it. Mine don't go away. Some people like have it and then it goes away. I was stuffy nose until I gave birth last time. I'm sure it's going to be the same way this time. So just get used to it. My daughter, I'm going to have to go. She's such a whiner. She's so dramatic. I am going to also want to start like try some like natural things like natural body cream to combat stretch marks, natural cream for my face and my acne. That's just for some reason it has to happen to me. I get discoloration in my chest sometimes. It's not that bad this time yet, but it got really bad at the end of my last when I was going to deliver. So we'll see when that time comes. But so if you guys know of any regimens, any creams, natural please, that I can try. I can't use anything with SPF in it because I am allergic to sunscreen, which is great. But that's just, I've been allergic to sunscreen my whole life, so it is what it is. But if you guys know of anything, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Welcome to going on this journey with me. I've never done this before, but I'm excited. Thank you.